Ivo Hugh and the Snow Avalanche. It was winter time on the island of Sodor. The snow covered fields and railway lines. All the engines were hard at work, except James. "Come on, James. This is no time to have a rest." "I'm stuck," moaned James, "and my funnel's freezing up. August is gone for help." "Huh," huffed Stepney, and went on his way. Later, Stepney had to help clear snow by a tunnel, but it was too deep and he got stuck. Stepney was cross. "Snow is nothing but trouble," he moaned. Skarloey was close by. "Driver says this winter is as bad as the worst winter of all," he said. "How worse?" asked Stepney. "I'll tell you," replied Skarloey, and then the little engine did. Ivo Hugh was working on the line to the slate mine in the mountains. When the snow came, it was difficult to work. They used the snow as a double buffer zone to help stop cars skidding through the ravine. One day, Ivo Hugh set off to the mine with some empty freight cars. Meanwhile, there was trouble at the mine. The winch that hauls the cars up and down wasn't working properly. Ivo Hugh had reached the ravine. High above him were the mine yards. "That snow looks dangerous," said his driver. "The sound of your engine and the freight cars could cause an avalanche. I'll set up an emergency cab and see what happens." Ivo Hugh watched as the driver prepared it. Then they ran over the cab. The bang echoed around the gorge. Nothing happened. "Good," said his driver. "All's well. We'll have a cup of cocoa and then make our way." But high above them, all was not well. A long line of full cars that were about to be winched down the slope. They had just started their journey when some empty cars became derailed. The winch groaned. "Wreck it! Snap it!" shouted the freight cars. And they did. On! Faster, faster!" they giggled. "The snowbank and buffers will stop them," said a workman. But he was wrong. The freight cars plunged into the ravine. Ivo Hugh and his driver heard the noise and looked up. "Avalanche!" they cried. When the snow plumbed clear, there was no sign of Ivo Hugh. He was buried deep inside the high drift, blocking the ravine. And then came the funny part. "What's the funny part about an avalanche?" asked Stepney. "Well, no one knew that the heat from Ivo Hugh's engine had helped to make an igloo." "It's a snowball. It's a snow house. It's an engine." The men cleared away the ice, only to find Ivo Hugh's driver and fireman drinking cocoa, as if nothing had happened. "Lucky for him, but it just goes to show you can't trust freight cars," said Stepney. "Or snow," said Skarloey. The men had just cleared the snow away from him when Gordon puffed by with Bernard, his new machine. "Hey, look out! There's snow about!" laughed Bernard. They stopped by the tunnel and wheeshed loudly. Then it happened. "Uh-oh!" "Help!" cried Gordon. If Ivo Hugh survived the snowfall, Surely a big proud engine like you can do the same, chuckled Stepney. Pah! Moaned Gordon from within, and then fell as silent as the snow.